Hey guys, how's it going? 6:21 Friday, March 4th. Thanks for coming. You can see my wife in the reflection. Say hi, wife. Hello, wife. So, yeah, so I uh, got the Asus AMD Radeon RX 6600 unpacked. As you may have seen in my last video, quality questionable. And so the wife and I got it plugged in to the S37 motherboard, and so if you can see here, there's the one we started with. There's the one we got yesterday, and then there's the one we got today. And then yesterday, I believe we ordered last night. Yeah, midnight. Last night around midnight, we spent about $2,500 on 5 new mech mech RX 6600s. And so right now, out of the 210 RX 6600, the mech RX 6600, and the Asus RX 6600, the mech is actually running the best right now. I have, so if you want to take a look here, I have all 3 running. Oop, let's get less reflection. And so the number 1 is the 210, the number 2 is the mech, and the number 3 is the Asus. And so right now the mech is running best at 60 or 61 watts at 46 degrees, and it's mining about the same, if not just slightly more, at 28.94 megahash. So they vary a bit. Like right now the 210 is at 28.96 megahash, but it's running 5 watts. It's pulling 5 watts more. And hi in the mirror. let's do less mirror. And less crazy hair. I don't know what happened. Anyways, so yeah, so the mech is just slightly outperforming the others in terms of temperature, because like a lower temperature I think is better to a point, and lower energy is good to a point. Now, I've seen a video where Brandon Coin, one of the guys that has really helped me out, so definitely check out his stuff. Brandon Coin YouTube channel. It's someone I follow almost every day and just watch whatever he puts out. But anyways, he did a video overclocking the RX 6600, and he was with Hive OS. He was able to get it down to 50 watts, which is like, or no, 47 watts actually. He was able to get it down to 47 watts, which is super impressive. And so I'm not sure yet how I'm going to be able to get these down to 47 watts running Windows. So I might just be like waiting for Hive OS, or there's some AMD software for manipulating GPU performance, but it's been crashing on this computer, and I could uninstall it and reinstall it, but I don't know if that's going to take out the drivers or whatnot. Like I still have a lot to learn about this, so I'm just basically kind of doing the easiest version, running Windows and getting this up and going. But anyway, so when we plugged in the Asus RX 6600, it just our number 1 GPU was working, but the last 2 weren't working, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, one of the reasons that I've run into before is that I didn't have enough virtual memory set. But when I added the second GPU yesterday, I thought and then did this fresh install, or yeah, install to this new USB drive. Did a fresh install of Windows and was getting that all set up. I thought I set the virtual memory at 70,000 megabytes, which would be I think 70 gig out of the 119 that was available, or 100 or whatever that was available on the USB drive after installing Windows. And so two of the GP so after I made that adjustment to the virtual memory yesterday, both both GPUs ran pretty well until today, and then some of the overclock settings got messed up somehow, but they were still mining, and so I'm like, okay, and so I put we got that third GPU today, installed it, and here we'll get the screen in the background maybe, but got the third GPU and put in and booted up, and then the last two GPUs, the Mech and the Asus, wouldn't mine. And I go, what the heck, man, And so I turned off Cryptex because its diagnostics aren't necessarily that good, at least compared to NiceHash. So I turned on NiceHash, and it said, that I needed to increase, or said that I should think about increasing the virtual memory. And I'm like, dude, I put 70 gig. And if I was using all 8 cards, I wouldn't need that much, but I'm going, okay, and I prayed, and I was like, God, what's your best solution to this problem, basically? And I saw a picture of basically 7 gig or 7,000 megabytes. And I'm like, well, that's not true. I put it at 70. And I think that was God, talking to me, because I saw that picture. And so anyways, I went to check, and sure enough, I had set it, I'm not sure how, at 7,000 megabytes instead of 70,000. So I missed an entire zero on that. So I adjusted it, and then logged into Cryptex, and it booted right up, started mining. I think I did a restart. No, I didn't do a restart, actually. So anyways, all 3 were mining, and it was good, but one or two of them, no, one of them, the Mech, was using something like 90 watts, a little more than 90 watts, which it just doesn't need. And so I'm like, well, okay, how can we fix that? And then I got the idea to go into MSI Afterburner and then just change the settings a little bit. So I changed the overclock just slightly, and I changed the let's check it out over here, the settings, and then I changed the power limiter, and as soon as I did that, then all 3 operated in line. So the one that was using up too much wattage went from 90 down to 60, and so yay for that. And so they're all running at plus so 28.9, 28.8, 28.8 megahash, and so what does that look like? Let's do a little calculating. I can't use my brain and do math and hold the camera at the same time. So we have 28.89, and basically all 3 are running that, but plus 28.89 plus 28.8. Oh, well, that completely changed just now. So let's just go with 9 again. So we're basically running about 87 ish mega hash. Um, and we're running that at basically 3 times 60 watts, a little more than that. So we're running at about 188 watts altogether. 188 watts for about 86, 87 mega hash, I think is pretty good. I think if you were running like a 30 series card at 90 mega hash, you'd be spending like over 300 watts. As far as I know, I mean, I'm not an expert, but that's my impression. Yeah, so here we are. So we're up to our profitability on Cryptex is, I'm not sure you can see it, 94.14 per month, $3.14 per day right now with profitability where it's at. And that's an approximation though. What they actually on Cryptex pay me out in is Bitcoin. And so we're at, what are we at in Bitcoin? Let's check our balance. So display currency, gonna change that over to Bitcoin. So right now we are at 230,800, 583 sats of Bitcoin per month. And our balance right now is 56,378 sats. So 0.00056,378 in Bitcoin. Oh shoot! I almost serialed myself. Almost flipped this over. Anyways, so that's what we're doing, and so this is a huge moment for my wife and I, because our dream is to, between writing books and online business and investing, we'll see how it goes. But I've been making passive income investing for the last 3 or 4 years. But our goal is to be basically to escape the rat race, to be able to have our time almost completely to ourselves and working on what we want each day. We're both writers. She writes primarily fiction, although nonfiction is not off the table for her, but she's primarily fiction. She likes writing stories, and she has some, I will say, potential, legit potential for storytelling. And I prefer to write nonfiction and first principle based books. I have 2 books, one on Abundance, Your Path Out of Poverty. That's my first book on Amazon. And my second book is How to Become Extremely Intelligent, which is also on Amazon. And it's extremely on the nose. I know that last title is. But it lives up to its title, I guarantee it. And so anyways, so right now we are earning more passive income than we've ever earned in our lives. We're literally buying ourselves pay raises. It feels really good to do that. And so glory to God for that, and for giving us the intelligence to get here. My biggest influences in getting here, in terms of people I've looked up to, Robert Kiyosaki, obviously the granddaddy in some sense, in the last 20, 30, 40 years for financial education, playing cash flow on richdad.com for free, and it's still free. You can go there and play it. I highly recommend doing that, because if you can't read numbers, and you don't know what assets are, and you don't know what liabilities are in a functional sense, and by functional, it's like the difference between like thinking you can ride a bike and knowing you can ride a bicycle and actually doing it. And actually doing it, that's functional. And so you need that kind of guttural grasp of numbers and these kinds of terms, or you just can't build wealth. Because what happens with most people is they have an emotional relationship with money that does not lend itself to building wealth. most people, when they want to feel good in their relationship with money, they spend money, or they go into debt spending money that they don't have. And so for a lot of people, a larger income from a job simply means that they go into more debt. And so in order to become wealthy, in order to build passive incomes, you can't become materially wealthy unless you have passive income. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't have to be in crypto. You can have passive income through real estate. You can have it through index funds. You can have it through royalties from selling books, or an online business, or owning a business that you don't personally need to actively manage. You can get someone to manage it for you. I think I already mentioned real estate. Or like, but you're going to need passive income, because passive income essentially, because the thing is, like, in the beginning, there's zero passive income. You got to work your ass off in the beginning to make passive income, whether that's getting the capital together, or arranging the financial deals to acquire real estate, um, or whatever you need. But yeah, but to get passive income, you got to work your ass off a lot in the beginning. But if you do it well and you set it correctly, like I worked it was frustrating working on this, getting this set up today. But once I got it set up, barring the electricity going out, or something like a meteor hitting us, this would make us money for the rest of our lives. And so, and in a previous video, I mean, it's like the name of the game in the crypto market is, it's not the GPUs, it's not the motherboards, it's not any of that stuff. It's not that those things aren't important. They are important. The name of the game is energy. The core of this is energy, because all crypto is energy monetized. That's all crypto is. And so energy is a form of value. Your time is a form of value. Your choices, your ability to solve problems, these are all forms of value. And so, but with crypto, what it comes down to is the energy. And so, so most people opt for not building their own energy production solution, and they usually just try to find a cheap place to buy energy. Like I have the impression that Washington State is a really good place to live as far as energy prices. But the thing is, like, if you're paying somebody else for energy, you are still beholden to them. And if they get pissed at you, they can kick you off the grid, they can raise the prices. If they don't like your politics, or whatever it might be, you can get canceled. So it's like, and like, I mean, and some people are okay with keeping their mouth shut about their opinions. I am super not like that, by any stretch of the imagination. I want to be free to speak my mind, and I want to have some FU money. So if people get pissed at me, they can't destroy me and my family, and our source of income. And so crypto, like, no one can stop me crypto mining. I mean, Cryptex could kick me off, or Nice Hash or whatever could kick me off. I could still mine anonymously. It would be fine. But yeah, and so, like, but our dream is to, as I've mentioned, build a solar farm with multiple kilowatts, if not like a megawatt or two. I mean, basically as much as we can build. If we had 100 acres or 300 acres, that would be awesome. And just every place where it wouldn't spoil the beauty too much, just have as many solar panels as possible working for us, producing as much power as possible. Because the real limit on making money in crypto is the amount of power that you can get access to, and the price you can get access, the price you pay for it. because you can make $1 million a month in crypto, but if you're paying 990,000 of that in electric bills, I mean, you usually don't pay nearly that much, but it could come to that in the future. Then, if you're not keeping much of what you're generating in revenue, then you're not making a profit. And so, what we want to do is, like, if we are generating $10,000 a month in crypto, we want to keep $10,000 a month. Because if we don't keep it, then, like, what's the point? And so we'll take money and we'll reinvest it into expanding, like replacing solar panels, the maintenance, new GPUs, etc., etc. But like in any business venture, whatever you invest in should be paying you back some number of multiples, preferably 5 to 10 times the money you put into it in a reasonable amount of time. And so we're getting into a place where the kind of money that we've invested, we could make it back in a pretty short length of time, relatively speaking, to maybe other business ventures, perhaps. Could be wrong about that. It's early days, but my wife is confident in me. She shakes her head yes and no. No, just yes. And I've studied my ass off to get this far and to make good choices. And so anyways, if you're still watching, thanks so much for staying with us. Smash the subscribe button, the like button if this has helped you at all. Share it with your friends if it helps you, and have a great day.